That's going to be decided in a coin flip right before the match.
I see.
So we should probably take a look and analyze it from both angles. I turned on recording again, so let me know if it starts to mess up.
Well, just don't move too much.
Yeah, so this is AA network. This is the whole point. From the German aspect, looking south, we have a lot of cover. These are all wheat fields right there. A lot of tree line, kind of leading right up to the whole entire point. Now on the western side, let's move over there. I think this is probably one of the better lanes of attacking because we have these buildings that we can probably build our OPs on and push out of onto the point.
That's an open field, though. That's death trap.
Yeah, it is. This is a death trap, but this road right here, you can kind of traverse a little bit easier.
Yeah, or even jump over into that wheat field. That's the only real approach from that angle. That broken house you're looking at. Turn around. That broken house. If you can get in that top floor, it's a great spot for an MG because you can cover that entire side.
Oh, that is deadly.
Yep. Mount that right there. You can cover those houses and that entire field.
Yeah, this is a really great MG spot.
This is important enough to prioritize with like a spotter in addition to two MGs. Like we should
Oh
like
yeah, just throw a
specifically
squad lead
have
up
this.
there with binoculars, and you're good to go.
Yeah, we should make this like a point to discuss before the match.
That's what we're doing now. So if we record this, anybody else can watch and kind of see. Yeah, this is a really good spot.
Yeah, it's deadly. Turn around and let's see how open your ass is.
It's pretty decently open.
Yeah, so they're gonna have to be in the point to even shoot you out of it.
Yeah, but I think this is two MGs. I think we have one MG facing this direction, and we have another MG facing this direction.
Oh man, yeah, that one you're at right now, that is super deadly.
And actually, this one here, if we can get three of them, one facing east, one facing north, that covers the entire northern attack.
Yeah, that north is terrifying.
And then the west is completely covered. So this building, this is three MGs in this building for sure.
And that's for either side, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
like look at that gap to the north. Like you are not pushing that direction at all. That is deadly. Your only chance, you have a 200-meter sprint to get to your nearest cover, quote unquote. That's just the point where you can't even see you through that hedgerow.
What's the play area going to be like? Are we going to be able to like go around to those hedges way north up there?
I think it's
I
these
haven't checked. Let me
these
check
four
that.
squares is the rules.
So yeah, we should
Oh,
be
so
able to
we're
get to
four
that
squares.
hedgerow.
So yeah, that's gonna be deadly.
So all the way up here, like right up here is where play zone starts. So we would be planting our garrisons on the north on this line. So we have a lot of room to play with.
Yeah.
My suggestion with that as well: push our Garys as far out into the corners as we can, because that's gonna open up flanking options for all of us.
So over here, this is as far as we could build would be right in this field.
Yeah, so I'd push it in the corner in the middle of that field. That's gonna be a great spot.
If they realize that's where our garrison is it's still an option to spawn, then go backwards to then wrap around to that road.
Yes, but flanking wise, that opens up so much capability because that shortens your long flanks and extends your closers, and it just lets you hit at the same time if you split up.
Is is a wheat field coverable by MG fire on an elevated position? Like, are they going to be able to shoot at us when we're crouched running through the field?
Yes.
Yes.
So the wheat field is doesn't provide any actual cover. It's just obscurement. So theoretically, if they got an MG, it's like shooting into an open field.
And the only good thing though is I don't think they're going to be able to set up anywhere specifically where it starts to unrender.
Does the elevated position change any of that? Like being able to see more clearly?
It makes it a little easier to see targets moving around, but doesn't look like they have any angle here.
No, they don't really.
Yeah, like the only benefit you'd have from a high angle is just potentially grabbing that little bit of movement. It's not going to be you can see someone easier, it's you can see them moving easier.
Got it.
Yeah, and I
I
mean,
will say I miss the old Wheatfield textures because you could go prone and see forever.
Yeah.
so that covers that garrison. Let's look at this side over here.
Well, and then honestly, if we're going to put the garrison all the way pretty much on that line, that opens up a lot of room that we could put the other garrison because now we have like half of that tile to play with.
Yeah,
Or like
when
the
we
full
finish
tile.
this fly through, I'll pull up my thing and I'll show you guys what I was talking about.
I think this is a pretty good spot right here. Like that location right here is a good spot for a garrison. It's got pretty good coverage. I mean, we're kind of got an angle here with the hill.
What if you move a bit closer to that play line? Like, because they're not going to be able to come up into this square.
Yeah, I kind of like maybe right inside one of these. And honestly, this is just a better location for fighting in general. Because you have so many more angles to attack. And, like, get out of.
Yeah. I think, ideal Gary location has cover, but also multiple exits.
Exactly. The multiple exits, I think, is the most important thing. Because we just can't be predictable and exit from one location. That was the biggest thing on Hill 400 with our one garrison to the south, was they knew we had to come out of that building and go like basically one direction. Okay, so that covers that location for Gary. Let's go check out this location for Gary. I think probably just behind this hedgerow.
That's what I was thinking. There's only really two options, hedgerow one way or hedgerow the other way, but at least there's a lot of obscurement here.
Yeah, and you can really take like some deep angles and go all the way around if you had to, and it leads to like the assault that we're probably gonna end up having to do is that way. And then over here.
Depending on where we want to put this, like eastern garrison, we could even move that garrison deeper in, like towards the middle.
Yeah, this is perfect for a location as well. Probably right behind this hedgerow. Yep. We're still in? Yeah, this is perfect too.
Yeah, I'd go right there.
The only problem with that is it's right against the play line, so we can't really flank to the east. So we would almost be funneled like right out of that hedgerow. So for instance, if they got an MG looking at that like road right there, they could gun down anyone coming out of that garrison.
Yeah, but if we put it back here, it's pretty far away from point.
That's true.
Actually, wait a minute. Are we still? Yeah, so it's these four. So when we could push it way up here. But at that point, we're pretty close to that one. But this is a pretty good spot. Yeah.
Maybe just in the wheat field.
Trying
So
to
how
find a
does
good
that
map
look?
so I can draw on it.
So right here, if we're just going to assume that you're at the garrison spot, I feel like that might be good because then you can push up obviously right on that road, and then you can go to the right and you can still flank down this road and you still have cover, and you can go like around to where we were just looking at that other potential garrison spot.
The problem with this though is you have a clear line of fire, and so let's see where this is actually set up at. I mean, this is
Yeah, I can
clearly,
do that.
yeah, this is clearly in like where they would defend from is this little hedge break. So, I mean, that's a clear shot there. We definitely can't put it there. If we do use this, it would have to probably be like right here. Which, yeah, going back to your point, like, yeah, I think this is definitely the way to go. Because here we have cover from that angle, and let me see. Yeah, this is all out of play. That whole area is out of play. And it gives us the same benefit, right, of being able to go across that way and push across this way.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't really like this area, this design. There's not much. It's just a wide open place, but I feel like out of the potential locations over there, that's probably the best.
Yeah, this entire southern approach kind of sucks. I mean, there's not really much cover. Like, I mean, how would we even approach this? Maybe
You have to go, yeah, right here.
Like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I just hope that their MG sucks.
Yeah, this southern push is going to be extremely difficult. It's going to have to be here. This wheat field and this road is going to be the push. So we might as well just set up both garrisons right over here. Right?
Well, we're still gonna want some separation because we need something to help split up and hit different angles.
I agree with that, but what angle are we hitting over here?
Hopefully, hope that they get distracted and they aren't watching that.
Honestly, yeah. You could prone and just hope that you
Like
can sneak across.
straight up, have everyone push that one side that's really good. If we lose the point and we have to attack, have them all push from that one side. And they're all going to turn and look that way, and then have a squad sneak in through from this side and hit them from behind.
One squad leader. That's all you. Maybe two squad leaders. You know.
I think
just
that's the
have them
play.
do
Yeah.
that way and pop their OPs, and then their squads redeploy.
Yeah, I think that's the
And
play.
make sure those guys, their squads are full of satchels, so they can just run up, throw satchels on buildings, and die. Who cares?
Smokes and satchels.
Okay,
I
so
think for the rules tomorrow, I think they banned satchels.
actually, yeah, you're right.
Oh, that's lame. I hate those
Yeah.
rules.
Okay, so one garrison right here. Appleseed, you said you're drawing this on a map?
I'm trying to find the St. Mary Dumont map. I have nothing popping up.
It's in the attack event info.
Well, yeah, but I need it for Strat Sketch, so I can actually draw on it.
You can download it and put it in there.
Yeah,
Right?
let me try that.
I mean, it's the entire map. It's not just that, but you know. Okay, so that covers this attack. I think the southern attack is that's exactly what it's gonna have to be. We kind of focus this wheat field and this road and this hedgerow and try to just pull around.
Oh, it's got to be a URL. I can't just steal it.
That's annoying. So let's take a look at the northern approach.
Real quick, Butcher, are you going to be here tomorrow? Like, are you available?
At what time?
Usual playtime.
I need a more specific usual place.
Somewhere between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m.
8 a.m. and 8 p.m. My cousin's having a birthday, and I've been. It's around 5 o'clock p.m. at my
It's so it's tomorrow, like 23 hours. It's like, what time is it right now for you?
currently
He's gonna be like-
5:45.
It's gonna be right at 5 for you then.
Did somebody need a copy of the map?
And 5 o'clock is at my cousin's birthday.
Yeah, Appleseed needs it.
I need a URL link for it.
I got a URL. It's vertical. Is that okay?
Yeah, that'll work. Wherever I can draw on.
Where do you want me to put it?
Oh, just throw it somewhere and tag me, like Barracks works.
Okay, so obviously the ally approach I think is just way better.
Oh, absolutely.
If they're willing to consider, you know, just giving us allies, I'll take it.
Hey, that's not a URL.
So,
It converted it. My bad.
Apple, don't expect me to be here tomorrow. But if I'm here, I'll join and participate, but don't expect me to be here.
Okay, I was gonna say voice may not be there, so I was gonna hope you could be there.
Hey,
to
watch
take his place.
out. German's trying to flank from the right.
Well, I'll be
Objective.
there. I wasn't on the initial 18 sign up or whatever, but I'll be there.
All right,
I'm
you're
not-
my replacement.
I'm not an initial 18 member either.
Yeah, so this is a really easy approach, I think. I think allies are just going to have an easier time taking this.
Yes. So we looked at approaches. If you feel comfortable with that, we can look at like defense angles.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Hey, Appleseed, if you right-click on the image in Discord, it gives you an option to copy the URL link.
Yeah, it's literally giving me a gray screen when I do that, though.
I'm sorry, man.
All right, we're gonna look at Hill 400.
So from this angle, we're able to obviously line up here in the sandbags, but I think it's really, really easy to suppress people in the sandbags. We still need them there, but I think the MG in this building is just, the 3 MGs in this building is definitely going to be the play.
Yeah. Like the only thing I worry about looking at this, assuming they're coming at us, right? So over on the left, they can come down just like those guys are and move down that like wall, and then on the other side of the road. So like looking at the road, there's a hedgerow on each side. That's like 4 different attack lanes, right? Or 3 basically.
Yeah, this is, so the main attack point from this side is going to be, let's get into here really quickly and then try to fight out of here, or at least distract and kill, and so that we can go around that side and go around that side. So this point here is really strong. I mean, even though it's kind of not, you know, like you don't really have a good angle to fight at. But if we're able to kind of distract with this, it almost locks out this entire space.
Right. I mean, you're not really fighting to kill them at that point. Like it's hard to hit them, but it's also hard for them to hit you. So you're just trying to suppress them essentially.
Exactly. So then you kind of have this angle that you're coming down, right, to push in this way. So it's got to be defended way up here. So this point has to be defended. Like once we take it, if we're on Germans, we have to defend from this angle here and from this little house here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're pushing, and I mean, like I said again, the Allies just have it easier. They have so many little pathways. As far as defensive positionings, I think this is the primo one right here. Here's another spot to just kind of shoot down this entire lane, and another spot right here to shoot down this entire lane. But this only covers, let's see, like right there. So this actually covers the whole lane. Yeah, this
Yeah.
covers the whole lane. So these are the 2 spots.
Another thing to consider is they banned engineer, so there's not going to be any placeable structures. So the map as it is the map as we get.
That's gonna be interesting.
Are engineers banned, or is it just satchels?
Engineers and satchels.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So that makes things a little bit easier as far as preparation for us, because we know exactly what we're going to get, which is this. We're going to get this, and we're going to get this. So I think as long as we're defending this and this, we kind of can just set up on this wall. Boom, boom, in this trench here. all the way into the end of the play zone, which is like this gap, and then this gap, which is outside of play zone. But
Right.
I'm gonna assume we have to defend this.
Yeah, so the rules that they posted said that you have 10 seconds. You can run out of the play zone, and if you're out of the play zone for more than 10 seconds, you get kicked.
Okay, that's a good rule. So then this position here is the other angle to defend.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So I think they could definitely make this in 10 seconds all the way around. Pretty positive. But I think this road right here is the defense position. Boom, boom. That little trench line. Boom, boom, boom. This covers these attack lanes really, really well. We set up defenses here and here. So the guys who die here pull back to here. And then try to retake this. And then let's see what this looks like from inside facing north. This is pretty good.
As long as you have somebody covering that road on the right, like the MG looking down it, like you're good.
I don't think I mean, yeah. It depends on the squad structure, right? We already have 3 MGs. I mean, if that's what we're saying, in this building. This MG, look at what he's covering. He's covering a ton. This MG, let's take a look at it from this angle. Now that I'm looking at it, knowing the map a little better, I don't think this MG is really needed.
Yeah, I think it would be better going next to that other house to cover down that whole road, maybe.
I think so.
But even then, that's a good angle, so if they get on the point, one of those other 2 MGs can switch to it.
Yeah, this is a very good angle. So 1 MG here, 2 MGs in the house. So then we have this attack angle here, is this wall, right?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not gonna move.
So you would have to like
That's fine,
pretty
I got
much
it.
go from hole to hole. And these are pretty large holes to be exposed to an MG. And these 2 MGs are just covering this angle really, really tight. This is not viable, I don't think.
Yep.
I think if the defense is like pretty well set up, you're just too exposed in between these huge holes to take this angle.
It's definitely not going to be a main push, that's for sure. Maybe 1 or 2 squad leads could like go prone and flank down it, but even then, that's going to be rough.
So what are they gonna do is probably we're gonna have to come all the way around this side, right? Yeah, this is still in play. And this is gonna be the push. Right here. And again, where does this lead to? This is the western houses. This is the ones we were talking about before. Which again is a pretty difficult push. You definitely can't push from this angle. You would have to push like this or like this.
Remembering like just playing in past matches, those houses back there, they do have a pretty good line of sight, and there is some cover. So like you can take, not in the houses, but like around them, you know. So you can kind of aim out at them, like set up an MG on one of those walls and shoot at the point to suppress them and distract them while the rest of the team moves up.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, you could probably stand here on this and shoot at the house. Yeah, a little bit more of a dangerous spot, but still, this one is awesome.
Yeah.
If you can get here and not get killed and set up the MG,
Commander, I'm coming up with some supply.
you're laying down some heat.
Yeah, so I definitely think taking these houses is the play.
Absolutely. And I think on defense,
Recommend Gary H7,
we can't just fight here.
H6.
I think we also need to try to
G7.
push and take this trench line.
I'll just do.
Yeah, that would cut off both of their main attack angles.
Yeah, Definitely. As far as like playing Germans, this trench line is super important because that leads straight into these houses where they could launch their attack from. So let's take a look at this angle. Like, say they're getting distracted over there. They're coming in through the wheat field. This here,
You should
always
push it
ping
up a
it.
bit.
It'll tell you the distance.
it's not many really good defenses here. It's just a wheat field.
If you get through that wheat field, it looks like some pretty good angles, though.
That's what I'm saying. These are really good angles, and you can really start to poke this trench line.
Oh, I can't get to you with the supplies. Somebody put a gate here on the road.
Yeah. So this
Nobody
this
can go
whole
through the city
attack
northbound.
really relies on these houses and that other trench, like that trench up there. Because let's see how far west they can go. They can't.
Yeah, but you
They
need more
can't
than
come
one.
out into this open field. There's just no way.
No. Yeah.
So this is the move. It's from here to here, and then they're gonna push in that direction. So we need to stop this northern attack from here. Like, this is a must. This trench line is probably the most important thing on this side of the map, next to these houses.
It's like checkpoints. You know, you have the house and then those trenches. You can only take one after the other.
And then looking in this angle, facing south. So I think we covered north, coming north, defending straight north pretty well. Let's see how we defend straight south.
I think we're going to have to be in that trench line that you're kind of hovering over.
Like right here, MG spraying this angle covers a ton of area.
Yeah, and that's a lot of cover.
This was the other one that we kind of needed to cover, right?
Yeah.
Oh, about time Legion joins us.
That was a joker, man.
Sorry, I'm at work.
I was joining to say is that Legion's at work right now.
I'm here though, listening.
Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, we did a little bit of a semi-practice. We just basically did like Saturday night fights. We all got on one side and did some stuff. Now I'm doing a quick recording of the point flyover. We did all the attack angles, and now we're just the last section we're doing is defending as allies against Germans from the south.
Awesome. Just as a heads up for all of you as well, the new ticket system is in place, so when you guys have requests for either squad changes or if anybody new needs like a application status, that kind of thing, we have a ticket system in this Discord chat now.
Nice. Good work, guys.
Sweet.
So this is going to be way harder to defend, I think, than we first initially thought, right?
Well, I guess let's start it. We can't really rely on that house, like the god tier house. It's not covering anything over here.
Commander, could
No.
you drop a tank at right spawn?
Yeah, this building is not covering south. I mean, this is a good building to cover west, and I think if we're allies, we should at least have one person covering these western houses as usual. But yeah, their attack is really gonna be difficult, but so is the defense because there's just so many little points they can get through.
Yeah, it's like everything to the south is just open, so defense and offense sucks.
And actually, we can watch these guys, kind of see how they're playing this. Alright, so we have this wall. This wall is a pretty good section to kind of like push off the attack from a bunch of different angles. And I think it just goes back to this road. This road on both sides, no matter what, this is the road to defend. Because it basically gives us an angle. Yep, gives us an angle on the entire side. So we're really looking at this.
Yeah.
This road is what we gotta take. for defense. Yeah, this is just a giant wheat field. They can't, I mean, it's going to be difficult to push through. And then they have 3 lanes here, right? 1, 2.
Right.
And then this is the other. This is the bigger problem. So this road is the main line of attack for Germans. This is what we went back to earlier, right?
Yeah, when we were looking at how to attack from here, we were looking at that road.
It's this road. That's it, man. That's really it. I mean, the other thing is just going to come down to skill level, because like the Germans on this map are just really at a disadvantage.
So when we were just looking at that wheat field and like defending from this angle, the thing that I was thinking of, so if we're on that road, right, and I'm defending here, the thing that I'm worrying about most, so let's assume there are guys to the right defending, guys to the left defending, random people walking through that wheat field. They could come from anywhere in that wheat field.
Yeah, which is definitely true. And that's again the whole skill part. I think that kind of plays a role into it. It's like we can only do so much for tactics. As far as like where to set up, it just comes down to the actual gunplay. And
right.
And so like yeah, they can come from any angle, but we kind of have to like we don't have another play on this.
I think so. If we have a squad kind of like at that intersection, right, back to your right there, and you know they're looking down these 3 attack angles here, just have one of them facing back towards the point, kind of covers that whole wheat field. Because if they go through that wheat field, they have to go through that road to the left, and you can aim right down that whole road and you can see them.
Comes back to these western houses. Right, so if you set up here with an OP, you can defend a lot of this lane, right? And then you can move into position right up here, because you're totally right. Like, if you're sitting right here, you're able to, like, guard that, peek out, guard this, and have another guy here guard and peek this, and basically cover this entire side of the map. Because right there is where the enemy garrison is where we're planning to put our garrison at, right?
Yeah.
So it comes back to these western houses again.
Yeah, those are kind of key no matter what's going on, whether you're attack or defense from either side. You need those houses.
We need a full squad here.
Yeah, even have more ready to come in just in case.
Okay. I don't know. I think we covered everything, guys.
Alright, well I got my stuff set up if you want to watch
Light
that.
tank on Bravo's ping.